So we can come into our basic stance. We can start off standing and on your mat. Wow, it's gone really loud, and turn it down just slightly. All we want is just a soothing background music. Incidentally, if you know anybody who makes soothing background music and can add a little bit of Middle Eastern flavor, do feel free to pass on my details or pass theirs on to me. I'm trying to source us some original music for our classes online. Let's bring our focus towards the feet and your connection with the ground. Let's come down from busy mind and feel any tension just drain through your body. Feel it melt downwards through your body, down through your feet and down into the ground. And feel the ground absorb any tension, any negativity. Feel it absorb in, deep down in through the ground. Feel it returning to the center of the earth so that the earth can transform that energy into something new, into something more vibrant. And as you release, as you give, so you receive. And feel, now tune into the cyclical flow of energy that begins with the release. Law of attraction, the law of abundance, loves to fill a void. So as you release any stale, stagnant energy, know that that will very quickly be replaced with more vitality, more positivity, renewed, replenished energy. Feel that rain down upon you now. As we begin to bring our arms into circular motion, we can circle through one and then the other, like planetary alignment. I believe right now, here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are in Scotland, coming to you from Scotland, and here, I don't know if you've seen it, but Mars is visible. Mars is in retrograde at the moment and is visible. Let's bring that into center. Bring both hands up towards the sky. Imagine a big glowing orb on top, a sun perhaps. Imagine a big sun disk overhead. Feel the warmth, feel the energy that radiates. See if you can feel it now between your hands. And as you breathe deep breaths of nourishment, see if you can gently guide that down towards your body. See if you can feel it be absorbed by your whole self. Any areas that might need more are free to receive more. And there is a never-ending abundance of this energy. It can't be used up. Gift that energy to yourself and let it restore. Let it revitalize and recharge. Feel yourself filling upwards. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, bring your hands up overhead. And from here, an invitation to gently sway with your hips and echoing that sway with your hands. And now connected to the energy that's at play around us. We have a tendency to believe in things that can be seen, perhaps more than things that we know are there, but aren't necessarily visible to us in everyday life. So giving reverence to energy, to the unseen, Some people might refer to it as magic. Let's bring that down. I'll ask you to place your hands on your hips. As we bring the hips into gentle figure of 8 sway. We're going to keep this quite free and open. It's quite an organic movement. Encouraging you now to play around with the size and the speed of that movement and really begin to tune into your own body and what you would really like to receive from yourself right now. Coming into center here, deep breath in. And we're going to work with a full body shimmy now, something very ancient, very gentle. But, oh wow, so very powerful. And this full body shimmy you can pick up through your knees. It's a soft bend and slight extension through the knee joint. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Feel your shoulders as they open. Gently bringing your shoulder blades together and slide them down your back. Really open through the chest now, even more than before. Now, with the hips in neutral, tuck the hips under in neutral so the tailbone comes slightly closer to the ground in its angling. And you're going to activate round through those pelvic floor muscles to low abs. You could quicken the speed of that if you want to. And this movement, as you might be feeling right now, is incredible for grounding. Grounding is something it's phenomenal for your well-being, particularly right now in these challenging times of increased chaotic energy. This brings you back into your stable core. It centers you, rebalances your energy centers. It's something that's become quite trendy to talk about in the last couple of years. Grounding. Oh, it was very grounding. I went to that workshop. It was very grounding. I did this movement in class. I feel so grounded. It's something that the practices of the sacred feminine, belly dance as we call it today here in the West. It's something our ancestors have done for generations, thousands of years. It's something you instinctively, intuitively know. Let's just bring that quietly into stillness. Feel like you want to carry on. I know I do. I can't stop myself now. That's how natural it feels. That's how natural it is for your body. Now the next thing I want you just to do is take a moment to notice. Just take a moment in this stillness and in this stance to notice what that's done for the way that you feel in your body. Just breathe with that. Your focus naturally has shifted from being top heavy up in your head to being rooted, solid, grounded. Isn't that beautiful? It's amazing. Let's come into a side stretch. So we're gonna first of all come into the slide of hip. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. And it feels so different now that we're truly grounded. And there's many, many practices that can be done for grounding. This is one of the simplest, and in my opinion, one of the most effective. A simple full body shimmy. So here we're going to come into the side bend. Bring your hip out towards the side, and then we're going to come across to one side as you bend through that far away knee, allowing that lengthening all the way through here, in at the waist, in the external obliques. Now, you're going to want to naturally come forwards, but we want to open this up and really receive that lengthening stretch. Let's bring it all the way back through center. Nice. We're going to take it out to the other side, and then come all the way round to the other side. Extending in there. Keep it open and bright. Keep the elbow back. Oh, so good. Deep breath here. Coming out of there. Wow. We're going to work with the shoulder roll. Rolling the shoulders back. One side and then the other. You can come long ways on your mat. You can bring one foot back. And on the other side, bending through the knee to pick up this gentle lunge. It's going to lengthen through the back of that leg at the same time as mobilizing through shoulders. Let's bring the hands together in that heart center there. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we're going to open up the hands up overhead. You're going to lift your heel. Whoopsie. Bring that foot up into center, the top of your mat. Step the other foot back. Again, bring the hips into neutral. I have a little bit of an extension through my hips, an anterior tilt that's pronounced today, just to make you aware of that, in case the visual is changeable for you. So we're going to rotate through the shoulders, and again, press that back heel into the mat. Good. Well done, that looks amazing. Yes. Feel it feels so good, doesn't it? That feels lovely. Bring the hands together in the heart space. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift the heels, step forwards into center, raise the hands up overhead. Take the footing wide here. And with the footing wide, I want you just to bring your heels a little bit further out and the toes in together. We'll place our hands on our hips here. We're going to bring one shoulder forwards, one back. Oh, that feels nice, doesn't it? Now what I want you to do is just engage through your pelvic floor muscles. So rather than having the hips here, we're going to really activate. And what this does is it activates through your hips, but it also activates through your legs, you might notice. A little bit of activation there. Keep it bent through your knees. Nice. Deep breath here, lift the hands upwards. We're going to pivot through our hips as we come forwards and down. Lengthen through the back of the legs. We're going to bring the tailbone up to the sky and the crown of the head down to the ground. Oh, that is stunning, isn't it? Doesn't that feel amazing? Let's come all the way around to one side. If that's accessible to you today, you can walk your hands to one side, keeping the hips in position there. It's a pivot out of your hips. And there's no rounding of the back. The back is nice and straight, but you have got this side bend coming in, utilizing external obliques in at the side of your body. And bringing that through center on your next breath out to the other side. Relax through your neck. Bring it into center here. And at center here, we're going to gently begin to lift up in your own time. When you come to level tabletop, place your hands back on your hips and pivoting out of your hips, making your way back upwards to that standing position, wide leg stance. Wow. From here, we're going to rotate one foot all the way around. And I'd really like to open up through our hip flexors, entire hip complex, and the psoas today, whatever time it happens to be, wherever you are if you're watching this on the replay. For us here live, all of my Zoom and Patreon people, we are nighttime here. So let's lift up through the back heel, and you're gonna pivot round, and you're gonna place this knee down. Now, if you want to, you can get a rolled up blanket, a sweater, something like that, a cushion, place it underneath that knee if that makes it more comfortable to you. Let's untuck the toes on the back leg. Now we're gonna line our hips in neutral. Really use pelvic floor muscles there. Really use pelvic floor muscles there. Anchor in at pelvic floor so that you come from here to zip, zip. I think it was possibly Isla had told me that one of her sisters used to say that it's like zipping up a tight pair of jeans when you use those muscles to keep your hips in neutral. If you work with visual analogies, that's a very wonderful one. It works, doesn't it? It really works. So here we're now bringing the hips directly forwards, and we've opened up this deep, long lunge. You want to aim to keep the knee over behind the toes rather, so you want to stack the joints there. You don't want to come anywhere beyond the ankle joint towards the knees. You want to keep the knee behind the toe, and that really protects your knee joint there. I'm not dumping weight through here, I'm just stabilizing, or you can bring your hands out to the side. Now what I'd like you to do, now only if you feel suitably warmed up, and only if you feel that you have a degree of flexibility through your hips already, I'm going to just give you a gentle option. You're going to lift up and move deeper into there. So you're going to take a deep breath in as you come back, and as you breathe out, you can sort of sink deeper into that stretch. You can try that again, deep breath in as you come out, and then as you release the breath, you're gonna extend, and you'll just maybe find a couple of centimeters, a few inches opens up for you there. Wow, that's a deep stretch. Take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out with your hands where you need them to balance, we're going to bring the hips all of the way back. Now here, we're going to bring the toes up in towards us. We're just going to use this to help open up through the back of the legs a little bit more. Now you want to keep your hips in neutral. You might find bringing your hands down to the ground here enables you to have a deeper stretch, but only come down towards the ground if you can maintain alignment through your back. So we're not rounding through the back. You want to keep it nice and straight. Deep breath here. As we breathe out, we're going to bring the foot down towards the floor and then shift your hands over, and we're just going to simply return that leg to the mat. Then you can open up the knees wide, sink the glutes down to your heels, and come forwards. Bring your hands forwards. You can use this to lengthen through your back if you like, or you can simply use it to open up through the hips and the glutes. And just rest out here for a moment. very restorative movement. And it's also very good for your digestive system. Let's take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, we can gently unwind back upwards into center. And here on the other side, so I'm gonna turn on my mat, but you can stay facing whichever way you like. We're gonna bring the other foot forwards and bring the other one back. Untuck the toes, and again, you can place something like a rolled up blanket or cushion or something underneath your knee for extra comfort. We're gonna zip up our jeans, zip up those skinny jeans, woo, like that. Keep the hips in neutral. What you might find that as you do that, your hips are no longer far forwards like this. But as we know, it's not about how the stretch looks. It's about how much benefit you're receiving. And so this you might find was naturally your body's way of cheating. So what you want to do is just find that point where you've got that really good, strong contraction through glutes and you're receiving a lengthening through the hip flexor. You can bring your hands onto your waist, or you can elevate them out to the side, or you could, as long as you don't dump weight through here, you can gently rest your hands on that forward knee. Again, make sure that you've got the knee behind the toes on that side. And just enjoy lengthening and opening up through the hip there. You can squeeze through that back glute if you'd like even more leverage. And now, let me give you that option to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, you can lift the hips back. And then as you breathe out, you can bring them forwards and just notice as perhaps slightly more space opens up for you in that stretch. It's possible that that's what happens. Not always, but sometimes you can just find a whole new level to your stretch game. Take a deep breath in. Come back with the hips, and in your own time, as you breathe out, bringing that hip forwards, both hips coming forwards. Use pelvic floor muscles. Good. Let's try that one more time. Deep breath in. In your own time, as you breathe out, coming forwards. Wow, doesn't that feel good? Hold that there a moment. You can bring the hands out to the side. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you can bring the hips back, this time bringing the toes up in towards you. Lengthen through the back of that leg, all the way down. Hips are level. Again, your body might want to avoid the stretch, and it might kind of come on this angle. But you want to make sure the hips are level, both on a horizontal and a vertical. Both planes are level. And you're opening out through the back of the leg there. And here, if you want to, as I said before, as you breathe out your next breath out, if you want to, you can gently come forwards, place your hands, but only doing that if you can keep a nice straight back. Take it to where is good for you in this very moment. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, return the toes, and then we're going to step this foot back. Take the knees wide. Bring the hips down to the heels and the chest down to the mat. Bring the hands out in front. Lengthen out through your back. You can perhaps press your hands into the mat and make it more active if you'd like to open up through the front of your shoulders, or just enjoy restful, restorative time here, reconnecting with the earth and with your breath and with your inner stillness. And just before you nod off to sleep, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's gently begin to unwind through the back, one vertebrae at a time, coming up into center. Oh, that felt so good, didn't it? Wow. Let's come into the center of our mat. And then we can cross through our legs. Sit up nice and high on hip bones. You can sit on a cushion if you would like. We're only going to be here just a moment. We're going to bring the shoulders all the way forwards and up, back and down. Bring the shoulder blades together, slide them down your back, lower your shoulders, open your chest. Bring the palms up towards the sky. And feel with that slight but prominent actually, it's a slight adjustment in terms of the distance that we've traveled through those joints and muscles, but actually in terms of posture, it's huge. Can you feel that each of your vertebrae are much more able now to line up and rest one on top of the other? Your shoulders are now resting much more closely to true neutral rather than a forward shoulder position. Take a deep breath here. Your breath is now unrestricted by your own posture. Take a deep breath in. We're going to fill the full capacity of our lungs. So you're going to fill through belly first. Fill through your rib cage. Allow the collarbones to rise. We're going to suspend the breath. And then release the breath. Release the breath fully, returning the collarbones, your chest, the belly. And then in your own time, just breathing as feels natural to you. We're going to try that again in a moment. We're going to try breathing through individual nostrils. So what we're going to do is take our ring finger and our thumb. I'm going to mirror you, so I'm going to use this hand. So we're going to place our thumb over our nostril. So you're going to use your right thumb and your right nostril. You're going to cover that over, close it over. You're going to take a deep breath in your own time through your left nostril. And then suspend the breath. You're going to use your ring finger to close both nostrils. Incidentally, this is really good if you have the hiccups. Then just swallow. But if you don't have the hiccups, just suspend the breath, and then we're going to release our thumb and breathe out of the right nostril. Well done. Let's bring the hand back down by our side. We're going to begin to integrate that into our practice over the next few weeks. And I'm sure that you'll find lots of really deep benefits, not only for your mind, for your body, for your respiratory system, but for your spirituality as well. It's an incredible practice. It's very simple, and I'm going to guide you in how to do that. For now, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, if you would like to bring a support or cushion towards one side of the mat, you can go ahead and do that now. And then if you would like to come down to rest, we're going to enjoy some relaxation as we come through alignment all the way down. So you can either roll down one vertebrae at a time, or you can just simply meet us on the mat. Now you can either be on your back, or you can rest on your side. If resting on your side, just ensuring that the alignment that you're in is comfortable for you, we can get the most enjoyment out of these moments. And so resting comfortably, we can contract through the muscles of feet, ankles, and low legs. Squeeze through those muscles and then release them. Feel tension dissolve away through muscles. This is your time to rest and replenish and restore. Relaxation sweeps upwards through knees, through upper legs, into your hips and your glutes. We can contract through the muscles of thighs and hamstrings, through your hips and your glutes. And as you contract through glutes, feel your hips rise up higher and higher off of the ground. Feel each of those muscle fibers contract and strengthen. Suspend that. And then gently release that and feel dissolving of tension, easing and softness takes its place. Feel your whole lower half soften into stillness. Enjoy that sensation of deep relaxation as it travels throughout your entire low half. And traveling up through your upper half, up through long muscles of back, waist, belly, and chest. Squeeze through those muscles. And then release them. Feel the back lengthen, waist releases, belly and chest ease. Able to take a deep breath in, the belly rises up to the sky with the breath. Before gently tumbling all the way back down to the ground. Relaxation sweeps through shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingertips. Squeeze. We can contract through each of those muscles. Contract, form a fist clench, squeeze through those muscles and know that you are stronger than you ever realized. Feel that strength. Take that strength deep within. And with the knowledge that that strength is deep within you, allow that be an invitation to soften externally. Releasing and relaxing through shoulders, upper arms, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, fingertips. Release and relax all the way through. Relaxation sweeps upwards through your shoulders and your neck. The neck releases and relaxes with gravity and warmth. And that relaxation sweeps onto your scalp, the tingle, Imagine receiving a lovely head massage or brushing your hair, having your hair lovingly, carefully brushed. Giving yourself that true tenderness. Giving yourself that loving self-care. As relaxation travels around onto your face, we can contract each of the muscles of face. And then release them. Feel the forehead smooth and relaxed, temples release, they're light. And the sides of nose relax. Deep in behind your eyes relaxes. Cheeks feel toned, soothed. Your jaw relaxes. Relax your jaw some more. Relax your mouth and your throat and your tongue. Relax your brain. Relax each of your internal organs. Take a moment to notice how relaxed you feel throughout your entire upper half. Relax your entire self. Enjoy that sensation. And taking a deep breath in. As you breathe out, feeling replenished and restored, rejuvenated and revitalized, deeply relaxed. If your eyes were closed, you can gently begin to blink them open, seeing your surroundings anew. Perhaps your eyes dance across things in a different way now. Perhaps you notice things you once enjoyed but perhaps have forgotten. Perhaps there are creative objects which talk to you in a different way. Notice colors more vibrant. Notice the contrast between light and dark. Notice how much love you feel within your body. And in fact, you feel surrounded by love energy. As you radiate love energy radiates towards you. You are love. As you take a deep breath in, breathing out, we can bring small movements throughout our entire body. Small circular motions. Circles are all around us in nature. The hands and the feet circling through wrists and ankles, your forearms and your low legs, elbows, woohoo, and your knees. Feel all of that joy, energy, and childlike playfulness restored. And also that wild woman, ready to roar. Circling round through rib cage and your back, your neck, head to one side, head to other side. And then coming into stillness. If you are resting on your back, you can extend one foot towards your glute, bringing your knee up towards the sky. And on the same side, bring your arm over the top of your chest, push off with your foot, And allow your hand to catch you at the other side, pushing off of the floor to come to sitting. And if you were on your side, of course, pushing off, coming into center, into sitting. We can bring one hand down towards our hips, one hand in towards heart space. Thank you for being here for you and for being here for everybody else in our community. Woohoo! Wow, that was absolutely gorgeous. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you can be informed of when the next video goes up. If you'd like to support the creation of these videos, remember you can head along to patreon.com/Little Egypt Studio, where you'll find a community of other enjoyers of these videos. See you soon. Bye.